You got me headed to the left, headed to the right, headed back and forth, but baby, it's alright. You got me going to the east, going to the west, going up and down, cause baby, you know best. All day, all night, running around, I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down. You got me shooting into space, flying at the sun. I'm never coming back cause baby, you're the one. You got me dizzy, 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 dizzy on my feet. Can't eat, can't sleep, every day of the week. All day, all night, running around, I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down. Heads up, heart attack, listen to me. You're driving me wild, got me down on my knees. All day, all night, running around. I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down.
Are live here on Really Cool News. Hopefully you can hear me.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Is anybody there?
Hi.
Hello?
Is your
Well,
mom
we
home?
have to
Little man
we
in
have
my
to bring
headphones.
we have to bring Pope Phil up to speed because today is the end of the month and the reminders are going out. So here's a quick video just for Pope Phil to expound on once we get back from playing it. There you go, Pope Phil. What do you think of that?
Malachi! Malachi!
I almost choked on my drink seeing that last part.
What
Oh, no.
those kids were scary for stock footage. And good morning, Becca. Good morning, Gia. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Parsons.
Oh,
Good morning,
so where did you
everybody
find
else inside chat.
Where'd you find childhood footage of Weird Al Yankovic?
It was in Adobe, what is this? Adobe Express. That's all I use to make the end of credit scenes. But really, these are the spaceship of the Fellowship of the Sisters of Pants. That's the new name for them. The Sisters of Pants. So we don't get sued. The Sisters of Pants. Yes. And this was because Pants was recently revealed to be the long-lost son of Vlad and Gia. Believe it or not.
Ooh.
So weird.
Yes, you guys missed that weird development, but yes, they are the mother and father of our own Pants, who has declined to be here tonight because I think he's asleep. I tried him earlier, but that means we're pants-free and hanging in the wind for the next, 55 minutes.
We're blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind. So we've got a lot of topics to cover tonight. Just general topics, because half of us are either tired or the other half is going to hit me with a frying pan. I'm not looking at you, Rose. I'm not looking at you, Rose. I'm not.
Don't look her in the eye. Don't look her in the eye. It won't hurt as bad.
I'm trying to make tea, so I'm muted. Hush.
Oh, she's trying to make peas, so she's muted.
She's trying to make pee. Okay.
I thought it was peas, like the vegetable.
She's in the bathroom. So she's in the
No,
bathroom trying to
it's
make pee.
Tea. T-E-A. Tea.
T-E-A, okay. T like a t-shirt.
It's just a lot of noise. Everyone keeps complaining about the noise. What do you expect? I can't do things before I go to bed.
Twinkle little
I
star.
can do things before I go to bed. What do you mean, what's puppy? This is normally my prepare for tea.
Yeah, it was me.
Yes.
It was me. I take responsibility.
Yes, Parsons. Sweet pea. She's making sweet pea. That's right.
Ooh.
Sweet
Give me
pea.
monk fruit?
Sweet
I like
pea.
the monk fruit.
Sweet pound of pea.
Yes, really, and monk fruit. Very good.
So
Doesn't
she's
I-
making the bastard child of olive oil.
Yes, she is. She is making the olive oil. And yes, Gia, she's on her backup headphones, and that's the only way she can join us tonight. So we're giving her some leeway.
I'm going to see about switching over to my laptop in a little bit.
Okay.
So if I drop off, that's going to be what it is.
Just be sure to mute yourself when you flush. That's it.
Don't pull a
Then
Reek.
I'm getting the frying pan.
Don't pull a Reek.
Oh, God.
Well, let's
that lady.
start with Regan Benson. Sam Watson, the police chief of Inglewood, has announced his retirement. She is claiming credit, of course. She's also claiming that his police officers are still out to take her out. What do you think of them not taking her out?
I wish they would hurry it up and take her out.
Yeah,
Well, is
why
it-
haven't they already? If that's the master plan, you know what I mean? She's been at it for years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's
You
only
know-
been police chief since 2021. And she says he's runs a corrupt operation and that he's planning to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Weird.
he's in it with the Denver officers who are going to kill her and the Sheridan officers who are going to kill her.
Alrighty then.
Isn't usually like widespread government persecution a sign of certain types of mental illness?
Yes.
Well, it's
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. That's where I would lean at this point.
And she's still at war at the with the dispatchers in Inglewood because they're in the pocket of Frauditor Troll.
The dispatchers.
Yes, the emergency dispatchers in Inglewood are in the pocket of Frauditor Troll.
Oh, okay.
Right. So some more government conspiracy. All right. Good.
Yes. And he's a Canadian and a godless communist.
Well, that part's true.
What? Godless or Canadian?
Well, he is Canadian, and therefore that does make him a godless communist.
Oh, their
Okay.
heads separate at least.
Well, he's not French Canadian though.
Huh.
Because I thought French Canadians
Tap.
were anarchists.
Yeah, they are. So it's the non-French that are the communists.
Okay. So
Uh,
Canada is divided
I don't know.
between the communists and the anarchists.
I don't
As
even
I
know how to
can't hear.
respond to that. Yeah. I don't even know
What?
how
You
to
have Quebec? You have Quebec, then you have the rest of the country. This is according to Regan Benson and Pope Phil II.
Right. So, a solid theory from a stable lady.
Yes. Looks like we lost Rose. She'll be back momentarily.
Boy, are you in trouble. Boy, are you in trouble.
You're breaking up, Phil.
I can hear him okay.
I said,
I
boy, are
couldn't.
you in trouble.
What do I do now?
I don't know, but you made Rose rage quit, so when she comes back, I look out.
I told
Duck.
her earlier
Duck.
I wouldn't answer her question unless I had someone to hide behind. So, Phil, you're taller than me. I'm standing behind you.
I'm ducking.
Gia says that her mom is Canadian, so F you, Phil.
But your mom's a Canuck.
Yeah, Becca says the same thing. Okay, I'm standing behind Phil now.
Can you hear me better now?
They're gonna maple syrup and
Just-
feather you.
Try it again, Rose.
Are you hearing me any better now?
You're
Yes.
still a little low, but better. Yes.
They're gonna
Oh,
maple.
what
They're
the
gonna maple
bullshit
syrup
microphone.
and polite me.
They're gonna maple syrup and polite you to death.
Yes.
What?
That's apology.
We're gonna
They're
do
gonna overwhelm him with apologies.
Rose, there's this theory that Canada is half communist and half anarchist, and Gia is saying that her mother was Canadian, so F you, Phil.
Okay, that's something. That's something. Okay.
So-
You know why the corn in Iowa leans north? Because Canada
Why?
sucks.
Better.
I'm terrified. And hello to our 3 people watching on X. Glad to have you with us this morning.
Hello,
This
Exians.
is better, Jim.
I still don't
What's
know
that,
what it's
Rose?
called now.
Apparently not any better. Okay.
Well, at least we're not hearing you splash in the toilet. That's...
I was never in
Aw.
the. Well, I just brushed my teeth before I logged into my laptop. That's something different.
You brush your
I'm
Is
teeth
sorry,
in the
did you
toilet?
say splash your teeth?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, she
so
brushed
this
her-
mic is not helping at all.
Oh, brush your teeth. Okay, okay.
She brushed her teeth.
I
Brushed
thought
her
she
teeth.
said splashed.
Oh, good lord.
I'm so worried about her flushing or brushing her teeth in the toilet.
I mean, that's a gremlin move right there. Do we have gremlins in the house?
Rose? I don't know if she stopped recording or... Rose?
The
Yes.
gremlins got her.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, then there's technical difficulties all through my house. Let's play it that way. We're gonna leave it at
Okay.
Gremlin infestation. It's all checking
The
out.
gremlins are here.
that. The
Hello.
gremlins.
Hello, you.
Do they bring the extra frying pans?
Wait, Pope, who are you
No.
talking sexually to?
Hello, you.
Who?
I hear licking. I
Aw.
hope that's a dog.
The papal Roddy is here to stay.
Puppy, 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 puppy.
He
Now,
loves
what do
that
you
dog
say
more
to
than he'll love
Gia?
any of us.
What do I say to Gia? I say this is a grown-up dog.
Well, Pope, you've been missing it. You haven't been in your channel over on my server. Gia's taken over your channel completely.
Ow.
Uh-oh. We'll have to rectify that.
I mean, every day you have to check
You're
in, and you
gonna
haven't
rectify
been.
that?
We'll have to rectory that. Yes.
You're completely and totally right, Gia. That is not a real dog. That is a Rottweiler.
The beast.
She's
That
a
is a
good
bear.
girl. She's
That
a
is not a
sweetie.
dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a
Yes.
good
She's not a dog. It's a
sweetie.
little bear. So
How relaxed
cute.
he is.
Yeah.
And they love chin scratches.
Oh, yes.
She's a good sweetie, a big sweetie. Okay, next topic. For tomorrow, Turtle Boy announced on Twitter this afternoon that since on Friday, Kate Peter brought Lindsay Gaiatini, who has a protection order against him, to the protests, so he had to leave and retreat back into the courthouse. Tomorrow, he's bringing his ex-girlfriend, who has a protection order against Kate, and his protection order and her protection order will cancel out Lindsay's protection order.
Well, that means that Kate's got to get a hold of her ex-boyfriend that she sent all the nudes to his employer, bringing him there. Then she won't be able to show up.
Okay, so his new girlfriend couldn't show up because it gets very complicated here. So Turtle Boy has one current and 2 exes, I guess. And he is also claiming that people don't think that Karen Reed is guilty. They just hate Turtle Boy. So that's why the counter protesters are showing up out of hate for Turtle Boy. Everybody else loves Karen Reed.
Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
The fiction that they come up with is fascinating.
And he's decided that, yes, she is innocent because everybody hates Turtle Boy.
I mean, the mental gymnastics you have to go through to get there is more than I'm capable of doing. Like I can't even do it.
That's not
No.
even 1 plus
So do
5
we-
equals 6. Sorry.
What do you think the odds are they're going to go ahead and come up with a deadlock jury Monday?
I think they're going to be told to go through the end of day on Monday, at least. I think they're going to either...
option in. They're going to do lesser included.
How can they not see that she's guilty?
I think there's a lot of doubts, like real, logical and valid questions about how some of the evidence was collected, like the quality of that collection, not whether or not it existed or was accurate. The weird leaf blower situation. Proctor has some issues with him, like there are some legitimate issues with this case that if they did not exist, this would be pretty clean cut. I don't think there'd be a lot of controversy about it. So, like, I get it, but goddamn, like, she backed into the guy and let him die in the cold. It's very clear what happened.
And then tried to frame everybody else for it. Literally.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous set of circumstances that she's created.
Enrolled a psychotic man who decided to target everyone and make their lives a living hell.
Well, I mean, it's a strategy. It was a defensive strategy, and they've had some success. It's dirtball stuff, but it's been successful.
And yeah, Now we can move on to both Lindsay Gaetini and Aiden Kearney, Turtle Boy, announcing that they have major Hollywood movies being made of their lives last night.
Okay.
Yes, that was again in the paper this morning.
You understand that when the paper goes out, I'm in the middle of working, right?
Well, sometimes it's before work. Just not the
Honey,
past couple of
unless your
days.
paper comes out at like 3 a.m., technically it's not before work.
It used to come out at 6 a.m. every morning. It
It
just
used to come out
hasn't
at
the
7.
past
I used
week.
to use it to set the clock for when the store opened.
uh, all I know is that Turtle Boy says he has. Let's just go around the panel, and who would play Turtle Boy, knowing that Anthony Michael Hall from 16 Candles grew up and is not a tiny shrimp anymore.
Tom Cruise still is, though, so I'm going with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
He's reviled
Verbo?
too. I don't know, man. Who plays Rickety Cricket on Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
He's too tall.
Too tall? They can dig a trench. Tall actors walk in trenches. There's movie magic that can happen there.
How about you, Hank?
I'm going with Wee Man from Jackass.
Okay. Rose?
I have no clue what you're talking about. You make it sound like I watch movies.
No, what actor would play Turtle Boy?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to them. I don't even know their names.
Why don't you pay attention?
I don't know.
Just-
Most times movies lose me, so I just go and do something else.
Jim,
Oh,
she was
just say-
homeschooled.
I'm
I
changing.
know.
I'm changing my answer. I'm changing my answer. I know the perfect guy because he's also a scumbag.
Who?
Carrot Top.
Oh,
Carrot Top?
that one I know. That one I know.
Odd this kind of
what-
work.
What was the actor's name that played Schmeagol?
Beagle.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
He's a pretty
Andy
handsome guy.
Siddiqus.
Yeah. He's kind of cute. So do you want the cute actual actor or the CGI Smeagol?
The CGI Schmeagol.
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute.
all right.
Wait a minute. What's the? God, I can picture the actor, but I can't think of his name. But he was like 50, and he married a 16-year-old.
I can just see
Charlie
the Schmeagol
Chaplin?
version.
No.
Oh, my precious. Oh, my. Oh.
Oh God, ew.
Oh God, Hank. Uh,
Well, Pee Wee
Well-
Herman. I mean, he was caught jacking off in a porn theater. So
no.
Except he's dead.
Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, he
Paul
died.
Herman.
He died a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman
Hair
is
always
dead.
frightens me.
Well, that would still be a better actor than that would be more correct. The zombie risen from the grave.
Relentless.
Well, will he still be as horny as Turtle Boy is?
Oh,
Oh no.
Like I said, his couch should be making an appearance. It's more famous than he is.
what did he say out in front of that school? Like that he was like a demented sex goblin or something, and like I
Yes,
think he
he was
swings
a-
around on a lamppost.
Yep.
I
Yes.
love how the word goblin is thrown around all the time nowadays. Goblin.
Nah, he made that about 5-6 years ago. He screamed. He was outside of his school screaming he was a sex goblin.
No, it's not just that. Okay, in certain games, there's called loot goblins, which is basically people who go after loot no matter what the consequence is. You have book goblins, which are people who hoard books. You have boxes goblins, which is another fancy way to say hoarders. I mean, come on.
And you have knob goblins.
Becca, speaking of knob goblins, Brecca says, let's just go creepy and pick Kevin Spacey. Sounds appropriate.
Who's Kevin Spacey?
Accused of
Oh.
doing all sorts of horrible things. That's
Yes.
Oh.
he would see. I'm trying to figure out a movie you'd know him from, since
The usual
Yeah.
suspects.
House of
American
Cards.
Beauty?
Wasn't he the lead actor in House of Cards?
House of Cards.
yes, he was. But does Rose know House of Cards?
I don't know,
Like-
Rose. Do you know
No.
House
LA
of Cards?
Confidential.
No.
Yeah, LA Confidential was pretty good. I saw that the
Yeah.
other week.
Yeah.
American Beauty.
Yeah, I loved
Right
American
now.
Yeah,
Beauty.
American Beauty.
Did you see that one, Rose?
No.
Because that was famous
So he's
for a
like
girl. That was famous for a girl covered in rose petals.
No.
That's true. That was a pretty interesting shot too.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
a patron of theater, right? So he sponsors some LA theater stuff. And sometimes I would be in the same building as he was. There were some famous actors that were patrons for this theater complex. And so they would be there occasionally. And some were really friendly, some really weren't. And Kevin Spacey was one where the whisper train went out super fast and everybody skedaddled. You didn't want to be. He was cranky and mean and like gave off yuck vibes. And you knew as a female you weren't really like in danger, but he might yell at you. So you just got the fuck out of there. It was weird. This was like years and years ago. Years and years ago.
He did always seem high strung.
Yeah, like agitated, cranky would talk down to you. Like it was an unpleasant interaction each time. So you
Sounds like
just
my
left.
coworker.
Ay. Okay, let's go on to.
Wait, Jim, I have a question.
Yes, dear.
Do people still have to drink if I laugh?
Not tonight.
Oh, thank
No.
God. Because I'm pretty sure I killed out the audience if that was the
Yeah,
case.
don't kill them.
Pants isn't with us tonight, so you don't have to drink.
Okay.
But just because you don't have to doesn't mean you can't if you want to.
Yes,
it is-
if you really want to play along with the home game, drink anytime Rose laughs.
Please don't die.
Yeah, it is
Have
Sunday,
911
so Sacramento
standby.
wine is acceptable.
Did you say peppermint
Isn't that watered
wine?
down?
What was that? Rose?
That was my question. Did he say peppermint wine?
Yes,
Sacramento wine.
yes, peppermint wine
Sacramental wine.
or Sacramento wine. You know, for those in California.
Up. Wait. Panel, pause for a second. Let's all say hello.
Hello,
To Facebook Karen.
Hey,
Hello,
Karen!
Hey, Karen. So we have at least one watching on Facebook.
Ew.
Apparently, Greg is your pimp again. He is putting out all your PayPal and GoFundMe accounts.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Greg.
He is your
Hey,
pimp.
good morning,
by the way.
Petey.
Blessings,
He's
Greg John. Blessings.
Now, remember, for those who weren't here earlier, it's the end of the month, so your tithe? Is it tithe or
Tithe.
tithe?
Tithing.
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 Your tithing is due tomorrow, or Pope Phil is sending the children of the corn after you,
Yes.
Don't worry.
and
I'll
they will
work.
never leave. and you will have to put them through school, and you have to pay for their braces, and you'll have to pay for their college.
They'll run from Dexter. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, except you said he wasn't home, so ha.
Yeah, he'll be home tomorrow for the whole week.
Virgo Wraith, not Verbo Boss, is saying Rob Lowe for the Turtle Boy actor.
Oh, Rob Lowe is so
Also
cute.
saying, corn.
Corn?
Hmm.
So this
Yes.
afternoon, Chili DeCastro put out his version of the Carolina in Fort Worth incident.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He had this edited together, so his old videos of him reacting were interspliced with her videos, and then for some reason he had whole segments of James Freeman, who he absolutely hates more than anyone on earth, taking over this video.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What?
Huh?
Yes. Because he was
Oh.
trying to say that they need a leader, and that he could be the leader for modern times of the movement.
Well, it's definitely not direct douche.
Well, no, we'll get to him in a minute. But the leader should be Chili DeCastro.
Someone needs
Sure.
to drop a piano on his head.
Sure.
So weird.
Someone definitely needs to drop a piano on that one's head.
Well, it's
Oh,
not going to do any
Freeman.
harm. There's no vital
Oh.
organs there. for him.
He probably has pre-recorded stuff that's like on a timed release on a kill switch. Like we'll never
no.
get rid of Freeman.
Well, for Chili, this was brand new. Someone edited it together sometime after the Carolina and Fort Worth appearance on Leroy de Truth and DMA's broadcast last night, because that was all over it too. So he's got an editor actually working. I wonder if he's paying him, but he has somebody out there working for him.
Hmm.
Gee.
Does the editing look familiar?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it was Colin, so they're not back together.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see.
And so speaking of the Carolina and Fort Worth thing last night, she was on a panel with DMA and Leroy de Truth, and Direct D joined them. And after 5 minutes, he just gave up and started hitting his bong on camera. And that was about it.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be the leader because he hates half of them.
Yes, he hates half of them because they wanted the one constructive idea they came up with was to do a reality show that's a counterpoint to Cops, that shows bad cops in action.
Mhm.
Bad cops hassling First Amendment auditors, man. So you have a TV crew with First Amendment auditors who somehow find the bad cops, who then hassle them, knowing that the TV crew is recording them.
Isn't that like what they
Right.
do all the time?
Yeah, but they'll have
Yes.
a camera crew with them.
Yes, that is exactly what they do all the time. But this will be highly produced,
Oh
Yes.
my god.
professionally,
like
professionally done.
reacted to.
Yes, so the cops won't get the heads up that the guy with the 3 people, the camera crew, plus the guy with the boom mic, plus the producer,
Right.
he wouldn't be tipped off not to treat the First Amendment auditor badly on camera.
Right.
Because this is totally undercover.
Right.
As a side note, Cops used to film in Southern California all the time in like the late 80s and 90s. So it was not unusual to see like a someone being chased, the cops running behind them, and then the cameraman with one of those 90s cameras. So, like, it weighs like
Oh.
50 pounds or something. It's huge.
Yeah.
And that
Yes.
guy is just clipping along right behind the cops, keeping right up with them with the camera. And then there'd be like 3 or 4 other ones like trying to run along, you know?
Right.
Like that was a scene that you actually saw as just a human in Southern California 2 or 3 times a year.
So now it'll be what? Not DMA and his camera crew chasing a police officer if they have their way.
Well, didn't Flat Derp already do that one?
Funny. Sorry.
What was that, Rose?
It'd still be funny.
It'd be crazy. And no, Phil, I don't know if Flat Derp did that one.
Yeah, well, okay, it was DMA being chased by the cops, but
Okay.
don't you remember that one? When he spliced in everybody talking to him.
Oh yeah. yeah. That was pretty good.
Lord.
Sweet tea.
I thought it was a
Sweet tea
parody.
wants you to get back here with your pork chop, with the pork chops.
I legit thought that was like an AI parody. I did not think that they actually recorded that for quite a long time.
It could have been actually. I mean, that actually could have been an AI parody, knowing Flat Dirt, but it was funny.
they're-
I don't.
It was quite funny.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Remember that.
pretty great, regardless of what it is.
They're also accusing the Fort Worth City Council of being up to no good because they went on summer vacation as
Which-
planned.
Do every year
Yes.
at this time.
They
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
the press is against them because the press is being fair. And they're not sacrificing the cop. They
Yeah.
should have gone after that low down dirty cop.
Do I, having watched the video several times, it does, she's pulling away. He's trying to get control of her. Could he have done it more gently? Probably, but if she hadn't have resisted, it wouldn't have happened.
And
So-
at one point, she's dead weight before she hits the ground.
Yes.
So I think she's trying to pull away because it looked more like a flop than a drop to me. Like she
Yeah.
was going to hit the ground and then try to get away from there. She just landed on her head. And it's
Yeah.
not to make light of what happened, but it's all a confusing mess between the multiple camera angles.
Right. And she is an elderly woman as well. She's not young. Depending on the types of medications and stuff she's on. My mother just like bumps into something and it looks horrific. I have to bandage her up all the time.
Oh,
So there's a lot of that
She
kind of
looked-
stuff too to
She looked
factor
to
in.
me like her wounds look to me like she's on blood thinners.
Yeah, because not my mom's face isn't messed up like that. It's more like her forearms when she bumps into things, or like her hips.
Mhm.
But like it looked more like that with that thin skin. Us white
Yep.
ladies get thin ass skin, and it's really delicate as we get older and stuff. Like
Well, see, my
It looked
mom's
bad.
elderly. She's on blood thinners, and every time she gets just even the slightest bump, she gets really dark purple bruising like that.
right, yeah.
And it's
So, I
because
don't know.
she's on blood thinners.
I think some of that is possibly a factor in her appearance, but clearly she landed on her shoulder and arm and face. It wasn't great. It was rough.
Yes.
But you have to factor in did the officer like go to jerk her in towards him to handcuff her, and then she like fish belly flopped all of her dead weight down, like I think it might be a combination of factors here. Like he was a little too rough and she dead weighted herself at the same time. I don't think it's a 100% on anybody's side here.
Well, it kind of looked like as soon as he went to grab her, she started pulling away with everything she had.
That's what what it
Yeah.
looked like to me.
Isn't that what
And
they
then dead
normally
weighted.
do?
What's that, Rose?
Isn't that what they normally do?
Yes.
And Rose, she's your mom's age.
Which is only 11 years older than you.
But
Hush
like
now.
kind of frail and delicate, and very much has like the body of an elderly woman. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. We all age, but she's no longer in her spring chicken years anymore. To be effing
My
around like
mom
that.
has been a spring chicken for a very long time.
Are you
I
saying
don't
your
know.
mom's? Are you saying your mom's an old turkey?
She referred to herself as a pumpkin. I called her a dinosaur.
You called her a dinosaur.
Well, actually,
What
it
do
was
you
the
call
running
me?
joke. I ain't telling you that.
What do you call me?
She calls you
Honeybee.
daddy. She calls you daddy.
No, I told
An
her
Daddy.
she's
alligator
terrible sugar daddy.
You're her bone daddy.
survived the KT extinction.
This one calls me a weird name, so I call him Honeybee.
Like
I
you couldn't
call
even
her
be
Boob.
insulting. You're fucking cute and adorable all the time.
Huh?
Fucking adorable.
But no,
So sweet.
my mom made this joke that I used to walk the dinosaur being her. So, to be silly, I put that as her ringtone.
Not the mama.
From
No, Walk the Dinosaur, the song from the 80s.
Yeah.
Was not was.
What's that was?
Was. Not
Not-
was.
Is not that?
Yep, that was her ringtone with an Apple phone.
Was not was. Walk the Dinosaur from 19. Nah.
Very
I
old.
can't. 88, I think. 88 or 87.
Well, that predates
Somewhere around
me,
there.
all right. What of the
Let's
stuff
see.
y'all talk about predates me? I feel left out.
Yeah. Ask your mom
Well-
about it.
We do ask mom about things. Mom has
Doesn't
stories.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
But do you want to know the stories?
No,
Ooh. No.
I've heard the story of my birth more times than I can.
That's upsetting.
It's a scary story.
Yeah,
It's a
please, no.
scary story.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to know what the scary story is?
No.
Remember it became the
No, we
exorcist
don't.
possessed person.
Okay.
The person that the priest was trying to exorcise. Yeah, that was my mother during my birth.
Okay.
Hmm. And it did help that the people next door to her were God-fearing people, and the daughter wanted a peaceful birth, and my mother was cussing everyone out.
So this is why you don't have any brothers and sisters.
She said she would eat the next one.
Checks out. Checks out.
She also said she would never love another man that much ever again.
Help
Yeah.
me. Help me.
Why? Why are you worried?
Why am I worried?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got
Why
the
are you
genes from
worried?
somebody.
Apparently a lichen.
Well, it'd be technically, I'm more like my grandmother and my great well, not exactly my great grandmother. That may be I don't drink. But um,
Wait,
but no,
you
yeah,
don't drink because of your
So,
great grandmother.
so
no, I'm
she's
allergic to
no.
alcohol. But
She said she's not like her great grandmother. So you're saying your great grandmother's a lush?
no, well, I'm not going down that path. If I go down that path, then I'm gonna get hit with the frying pan. I don't want to get hit with the frying pan.
Wait, you're the one who does the hitting, though.
Not when my mother's
He learned it from
involved.
somewhere.
Uh-oh.
No,
Next on Dateline NBC, she was a normal suburban cake decorator until she found the golden frying pan.
Suburban.
And now, golden frying pan. Suburban. Yes, not bourbon.
Yeah, right. Okay, but just be glad I don't display my father's traits.
What's your father's traits? I thought you were just osmosis.
My father was a worse grifter than Chili.
Ooh.
How can anyone be a worse grifter than Chili?
Do you mean more
don't
significant
know.
or a failure? Because I could go either way.
Um, he was kind of very successful at it, sort of.
Successful at it.
He used
Okay,
to get
all right.
caught
So
a lot.
So is he in jail now or is he dead?
He died on January 18th due to bone cancer
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
this year, the day after my mother's birthday.
oh no.
I'm
Oh,
sorry to
we're
hear that.
sorry to hear
Fun
that.
call. That was a fun call from my Uncle Steve.
Thanks,
So
Jim.
you're
You made
saying
Rose sad.
so you're saying there's one thing your father couldn't grift.
Uh, well,
Dark. That
we're
was
pretty sure
dark.
the devil
That
took
was
him with
dark.
him.
Fucked,
We're pretty
man.
sure the devil
Fucked.
took him. We're pretty sure the devil took him.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that depressing note, folks, we've got about 10 minutes left in the show. Let's see.
Well, 4th of July is coming up, people.
4th of July. What are we lighting on fire this year? Let's go around the panel. Hank, what are you lighting on fire for 4th of July?
Barbecue.
Verbo?
I'll be watering down the yard and the roof, so the errant mortar bits that rain down upon my entire property don't set it on fire immediately.
Pope Phil?
Be firing up the smoker.
Rose, since you have the day off for the first time in 55 years, what will you be lighting on fire for the 4th of July?
Let's see. Well, we don't normally mess with fire with the 5-year-old. Maybe we'll go see fireworks and see them get lit on fire.
There
Fire's
you
cool.
go.
Fire's cool.
We actually tried to make like a campfire thing once to roast marshmallows, and Dexter became very, very obsessed with the fire, so we ain't doing that again.
Fire. Fire.
Good choice.
Fire's cool. Fire's cool.
He wanted to touch it and put the marshmallows in. I said, no, we have to put the marshmallows on the stick.
So he was just throwing the marshmallows at the fire.
He was trying to tempt it, but you know how them flames are kind of invisible? Yeah. He had to stay very far away from that. And then I didn't have a long enough stick, and I had to go get another stick. And my mother goes, "You're a terrible person at starting fires. You'll die." I'm like, probably.
So, folks, this is why Rose doesn't drink, because fire is invisible and she's a terrible person.
Jesus.
Right?
Person now?
Oh my god.
Now.
She's like a Care Bear. She's like a strawberry scented Care Bear.
Who is going to kill me one day? What the hell? No.
Things.
All I know is I just fired up Epic Games, and Star Wars Outlaws coming up for pre-purchase at $110. What the hell? A video game
That seems unreasonable.
for the well, it's a pre-purchase gold or ultimate edition.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just exclusivity rights. Wait till it comes out when it's like $23 or whatever the hell video games go for.
Video games go for $60 now for the very basic game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems ridiculous as
I
well.
kind of want the Elden Ring, but I rarely have time to play video games as it is.
Yeah, I remember $20 video games. And that was
I remember being able to go to like GameStop and something and get the used PS games for like $10 or $15.
Yep.
yeah.
No, they're not that cheap no more.
And except
yeah.
when you go to Steam's 4th of July and July sale.
Yeah, right now there's a big sale going on.
Yeah, and the 4th of July and July sale, I stock up on video games for the year.
But do you get around to playing them?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Therein lies the problem.
Did you ever buy a
Nothing, huh?
Steam Deck?
No.
I have a Steam Deck.
Okay. You have a Steam Deck?
Yes, technically it's my son's, but we have it.
Do you ever use it?
It gets really hot.
Is it the original Steam Deck or is it the OLED?
It's the original.
Okay.
It gets really hot. It's basically like having a gaming computer in your hand.
Yeah.
The screen's about the same size as the Nintendo Switch, but the gamepad itself is so freaking bizarre. Okay, not only do you have like the standard game thing where you have the right left knob and the right and left trigger things, okay, you have this touch screen mouse pad on the
Touchpad, yeah.
side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this is the controller to each game. Every
Yes.
single part. It's very, very annoying to try to figure that out. I mean, I like my basic controller. I like my knobs. I like my buttons. I didn't like the heck my handle.
She
Yes,
said
folks.
knob.
Yes, folks, you heard it here. Those like their knobs.
What the hell I said?
And now we know
Oh.
why Rose likes Jim. He's got just the basic knobs.
Oh god. It's worse.
Oh, good lord.
Can
Yes,
I mute
folks,
you guys
we've-
from StreamYard, or
We've scared half of you off. Yes.
I'm so sorry. But no, I like my Nintendo Switch. But now it has an issue. My Nintendo Switch has an issue. If you're using external um controllers, it's perfectly fine. But the controllers that are actually connected to it don't want to register to it anymore.
So you've
Rose?
worn out.
I don't
Rose?
know. But if you put them in the holder thing off them, it works perfectly fine.
Uh-huh.
Rose?
Yes. Yes.
I,
Phil.
I mean this in the most gentlest way possible. It is not just now that you have issues.
But I know I have many issues. I have many issues. What do you think led me here to begin with? Think
No,
about
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Oh, good lord.
the series of events that led me to this panel.
But it's always goodness and gracious, and wonder and merriment.
Yay.
I
Now,
think
speaking
he's
of
calling me a
goodness and gracious and wonder and merriment, will there be a verdict tomorrow? And that's our final subject. So let's go around the panel. Karen Reed, verdict tomorrow. Yes, no, guilty, innocent, hung jury. Starting with Verbo.
I think there's a very good chance of a hung jury, but if we do get a verdict, it's going to be like the lesser included. I don't know if they're going to be able to come to a guilty consensus the way that the guilty people would like.
Rose.
I think they're just so freaking tired. The people who are voting for the least amount of votes counts, whether it's guilty or non-guilty, it's just going to agree with the next set because they want out.
Hank.
Good chance there's going to be a hung jury. If not a hung jury, they will be guilty on the lesser charges. I just don't see any a not guilty verdict coming out.
Popey on a ropey.
I think hung jury.
On a
Hung
I
jury.
I can't. Yeah, I think. I think if they're going to find guilty on the lesser included, I think they probably would have done that on Friday. But
Okay.
I don't know. You never know. Juries are
them arguing with
To
the
remind your
not
folks of
guilty
who called the hung
not being-
jury early.
You
Who
did.
called the... And tomorrow we'll be on Jury Watch again. I've got the... We'll come in whenever there is something significant going on in the court. I've already got a Jury Watch holder in place for this channel, so I will send out an alert when we do go live over on my Discord, because it could come tomorrow. I'm thinking more like Tuesday or Wednesday, so they're out by the 4th of July, but it could come tomorrow. And who knows what's going to happen.
And because we have one very stale, old, nasty defense sidebar still available,
Sidebar.
I think tomorrow morning, first thing, we will be able to get rid of that old, nasty, stale sidebar.
Who we going to throw it at?
Chuggy.
Oh, okay. Well, he has... I'm not objecting.
Oh,
Hold up.
and
Yes.
I have one last special announcement
What's that?
for one special chat member out there who knows
What's her name?
who knows who he is.
Oh, he.
He.
Verbo and I are going to be doing a cooking show in LA.
Yeah?
Oh.
Oh dear.
Just let that be known.
See
Just
it
let that
now.
be known.
Great fire.
Wide and far. Just let that be known wide and far. Verbo and I are doing a
Oh.
cooking show in LA.
I see it wide and far, the fires. What happened here? Well, you see, there was this person named Verbo and someone who thought he was a pope. And they decided they were going to cook something, only it didn't go well. Apparently, someone forgot the stove was on and went to go play with a Roddy. And next thing you know, the whole house was on fire.
I like that story better.
That actually could happen.
Rose, feel free to smack him with a frying pan at any time.
Caution, caution, overtime, restart.
I just figured out
Whack-a-doodle.
Phoebe and Mrs. Tom were talking about car racing, I think.
Whack-a-doodle. Hank, put that down.
But it's fun to play with.
No.
You don't know where that's been.
Ha! NASCAR.